Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're taking a look at Khadlaj Karus Blu Spice. All right, so Blu Spice is from the house of Khadlaj. It's from their Karus series. It's an eau de parfum concentration, and you can pick this up for $40 at Beauty House. I'm gonna have a link down in the description if you decide you wanna check this one out. Full disclosure, Beauty House did send this to me free of charge, but that's as far as it goes. No money exchanged hands. That's not even an affiliate link. If you click that and use that, that doesn't make a difference in terms of my financial world. I just got myself a free fragrance, so shout out to Beauty House for setting me up with this Blu Spice from Khadlaj. Presentation on this, pretty nice. It is a thick cardboard box, has this kind of silver metal plate that's sitting on the front, and it does have a kind of magnetic bottom here that opens up to reveal our fragrance bottle sitting on the inside. So overall, really nice box presentation. Bottle on this is okay. It's got this kind of like textured glass that goes on here with this little metal insert here, but the sides of this, if you can, this is a kind of a cheapy plastic that's going on there. So it's a mix of kind of cheapy plastic with a nice glass bottle to it, but overall not too bad. Cap on this is a lightweight plastic, and the atomizer on this is pretty good. Good long puffs on this, good distribution, will definitely get the job done. So overall, for $40 presentation on this, pretty decent. So if you were wondering what Khadlaj Blu Spice smells like, you've come to the right place, because I'm about to tell you. Some of the notes listed in this are a tea, bergamot, neroli, cinnamon, ginger, amberwood, incense, and gaiac wood. So let me tell you what I get from this fragrance. In the opening, you just get smashed with this bright, sharp, clean style of citrus and fresh spiciness, with a little hint of that sweet tea that comes through, but the bergamot and that fresh spicy ginger are what dominates this one. Nice, like I said, sharp, tangy, almost zesty style of bergamot with that fresh spicy ginger that just gives this a whole nother level of just kind of fresh, spicy citrus elevation. But that tea just balances things out ever so slightly, giving it a little bit of some sweetness to balance off against that citrus sharpness. And you do get hints of that cinnamon after a couple minutes, just adding a touch of warmth to it and an additional sweetness to it. But through and through, what you're really getting is just a real bright, lively citrus profile with that really fresh, spicy ginger that comes through. Really gorgeous opening on this one. Absolutely love this. As this opens up a little bit more, that neroli comes forward. So it was there in the beginning adding to that citrus profile, but it comes forward as more kind of a soapy, clean style of neroli, and it mixes in really well with that ginger. The ginger is pretty much what takes the center stage in this one by the midpoint with that soapy, clean neroli, but you still get hints of that sweetness from the tea and that little bit of warmth from that cinnamon. And as you get towards the dry down, you get a little bit more warmth and some woody aspects that come through. Almost kind of a smoky balsamic style of gaiac wood that comes through. The incense kind of wraps around that, and the amber wood adds to that woody profile. Again, adding a touch of sweetness, but also adding this kind of dry texture to it that really plays nice with that ginger that is still lingering from that initial opening. And so you still have that fresh, clean, soapy citrus and that fresh spiciness that just kind of sits on a bit more of a warmer, masculine style of base. This just has that kind of like fresh shave sort of vibe, that summertime, clean, ready to hit the beach sort of vibe going on to it. Absolutely a gorgeous scent profile on this. And if it does sound familiar, this is a clone of Louis Vuitton's Imagination. And in my opinion, this is a pretty good one. So if you're into fresh, clean, soapy, citrusy, fresh ginger style of fragrances with a little bit of that masculine woody base to it, just to kind of have that boldness to it and that fresh, clean, gentleman sort of vibe, you definitely want to check this one out. So when it comes to the performance of Khadlaj Blu Spice, I get good performance off of this, especially considering this is a very summertime style of fragrance. Projection on this for the first 2 hours is pretty good. This does push off beyond an arm's length, and you leave a really nice central with this. The ginger is really what leads the charge on this one. This really kind of pushes out with that fresh, spicy aspect and that sharp, citrusy aspect from that bergamot. So like I said, projection on this pretty good for a summer style fragrance. And in terms of longevity, I get about 7-8 hours worth of longevity before this really fades into a skin scent, but get some on my clothing and that definitely pushes out a lot longer. So again, repeating myself, for a summer style of fragrance, this does perform fairly well. So overall, fairly impressed. So when it comes to the where and when, I think Khadlaj Blu Spice would be most appropriate. This is just summer in a bottle. This just screams of the summertime with that citrus profile, that fresh spicy ginger that comes through, and that kind of cleanness that comes through with that neroli. The sweetness that's in there is not an overbearing sweetness, so this will last in the high heat without being too cloying, too overbearing, and the woody profile on this isn't too dark or deep or rich that it'll be just kind of too heavy of a fragrance. Perfect summertime fragrance, and it's also great for the springtime because of that kind of clean, soapy neroli that comes through and that little touch of sweetness. I think this just has that kind of like fresh, rejuvenating spring vibe going on. So either one of those seasons from like mild to hot heat, I think this would do just fine. In terms of occasions, I think this is a great casual style of fragrance. Out for lunch, kicking it with your friends, office, gym, I think you can pull this off in any of those occasions. But I also think this would be a decent date night fragrance as well because it has that kind of fresh, clean, masculine, fresh shave sort of vibe going on to it. But I think this would just be a great kind of well put together gentleman style of fragrance for those date nights or even those evenings out in the summertime. That's where I think that would be most appropriate. So through and through, this is a spring summer banger that is very versatile when it comes to occasions. So my overall thoughts on Khadlaj Blu Spice. This is a very nice fragrance. One of many Louis Vuitton Imagination clones that have come out recently. Seems to be a very popular fragrance to be cloning these days, and I think Khadlaj did a very good job on this one. The quality is definitely there for this one. I do enjoy this one perhaps a little bit more than some of the others because it has a really kind of forward ginger note in this one, and I do enjoy me a good ginger note. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of it, the real fresh, spicy kind of sharpness that comes through with this. But again, it's balanced off with those sweet accords really nice, those woods that come in through the base, just a nice, clean, well put together gentleman sort of vibe going on to this one that's just perfect for the summer. And like I said, the performance on this, I am fairly impressed with it in terms of the scent DNA on this. I think it does do a good job when it comes to that, and the versatility on this is fantastic. When it comes to Louis Vuitton Imagination clones, the versatility typically is, and Khadlaj is no exception. I think they did a great job, and I think for $40, this was a good pickup for me and definitely worth checking out. That's Khadlaj Blu Spice. And I want to hear from you guys. What's another Khadlaj fragrance that you think I need to be checking out, doing a full review on? Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, different tastes and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.